All right, this video is about the 10 times that private aviation beats commercial every time, and the one time it doesn't. Oh my gosh, this is a brand new glove. Look at this, Rev. I just bought this, and it's ripped. Hey, this is Future Jake. No, this isn't an ad, so don't click away. I want to make a promise to you. Right now, I have 3 subscribers. I'm going to try to get to 1,000 as quickly as possible. I'm going to make this YouTube channel kind of my flagship, and I'm going to put everything that I have into it to make sure that I'm not gatekeeping. I'm giving you real information, but also that it's fun and it's entertaining. If you would, do me a favor, subscribe, and I'm going to do my best for you. Now, back to the video and the 10 ways that flying privately beats commercial every time, and the one time that it doesn't. Number 10 reason is image. And this is not a great reason, but it is a reason that people fly privately. If you need to be seen flying privately, you might have your priorities misaligned, but we can talk about that later. But it's a status thing, influence thing, image thing. And you do look pretty baller, I will say, but if that's the only reason you're flying privately, we need to have a little heart to heart. The 9th reason that you would fly privately instead of commercial. So our 9th reason is for pets and family. Watch out, Rev, we're gonna get hit here. It's so much easier to fly with pets and with family when it's private. And you're like, duh. We have literally had a dude charter just his dog to fly home, because the wife had to go separate, and they flew a dog. He was either from Chicago to Florida, or Florida back up to Chicago, or something like that. Literally just chartered the entire jet for the dog. But when you're flying, it's way easier to have furry friends. And whether you're doing charter, fractional, jet card, or you have your own, it's so much easier to fly. Now, I actually have a story about this. So we took a Pilatus to Crested Butte a couple summers ago, and I have little kids. So you know when you travel, you've got strollers, you've got pack and plays, you've got suitcases, you have all of this stuff that just comes with flying a family. And you know on a Pilatus, it's like the FedEx of aircraft. If it fits, it ships. There's no payload. So we just loaded this thing, but it was unlimited. And you go, you see, it's not like TSA and kids are in the way and you feel like you're hogging up the, the whole TSA line. You just go, drive your car up, and everyone gets on. It's so easy. All right, we got a gap wedge, 124, Reverend, and we really have to stripe this because Eric almost drove the green. Okay, so the 8th reason you fly private is remote airports. I'm gonna double check this, but I heard that there are 500 commercial airports where you can fly in. There are 5,000 private airports in the United States alone. So instead of flying into Denver, for example, and then driving to Estes Park or drive to whatever, you can fly directly where you want to go because there's so many more airports. So you're not thinking about, for instance, we go to Bandon Dunes about once a year. When we fly there, if we fly private, we're 20, 30 minutes away from the course. And you know, if you've been to Bandon, if you want to go there and you fly commercial, you're flying into Portland, which is 4.5 hours, or you're flying into Eugene, which is 2.5 hours. It just makes it so much easier. So the number 7 reason why flying privately is so much better than commercial. Reverend, where are we? There we are. Is a custom schedule. You're running 30 minutes late, who cares? If your flight's at 8, you can show up at 7:55. You drive right up. That's the reason that it's so good. You don't have to every time that I fly commercial, it's like, all right, my flight's at 3:30, so I need to get there by 2:15, so I'm checking clubs, and I've got a 144, 147 adjusted. You don't have to think, oh, okay, it takes 30 minutes to get to the airport, all of this stuff. You make the schedule. You're the boss. And within reason, especially if you're chartering, they probably have, some type of late whatever, but you own the bird, or even then, you set the schedule. You're not constrained by the airlines, which is great from a timing perspective. All right, I gotta lock in. We started bogey, and now I'm taking a drop. Oh, and it was, oh my gosh, that was pure. Okay, so the number 6 reason why you fly private is nonstop flights. We're pretty lucky because we live in DFW. 140, 138 adjusted. Feels like a gap wedge here. Have you ever, you're looking at flights and you're like, okay, I need to go from Dallas to Nashville or Austin. It's I'm connecting through Seattle? What are we doing? It's zaps your whole day. You take your car, you pull up to the jet goes from Fort Worth to Nashville, you get out, you're there. It's not all these connections. You wanna spend 9 hours traveling in a day? Number 5, losing your luggage. Could you imagine getting in the lottery system at Bandon Dunes or St. Andrews or something like that. This is for my golf addicts, okay, just like me. Could you imagine booking this trip, you finally get the go-ahead, you land in Eugene, and your clubs aren't there. And you've got to play rental sticks for 2 days, the new #1 public course in America of Pacific Dunes. Are you joking? Like, it would ruin your whole trip. You know what happens when you pull up to a private jet? You get out of your car, you set the bags down, you toss your keys to the FBO guy, the pilot loads your bags right behind you in the baggage compartment, and the guy parks your car, and then you go on. You know exactly where your bags are. And now, they won't even reimburse you. Like, if they lose your clubs, you get up to $500. Guys, let's be honest. Like, this driver is probably $900. Airlines are just getting worse and worse and worse about your luggage. My pro tip though, AirTag. Get an AirTag and put it in your golf bag so you kind of already know. It's actually kind of anxiety inducing because you know if your club's made the flight or not, but I track that thing like a hawk. My wife said, she retweeted something that was like, if I don't eat 10 grand worth of stone fruit this summer, like what was I even doing? Also, I hate it when people eat. I'm self-conscious. I hate it when people eat and talk to the video, so we're gonna set this somewhere. Okay, so the number 4 reason why you fly privately is for health. I just literally saw last night that you reduce your touch points. You have 700 touch points with random people holding your luggage, exchange, getting your coffee, whatever. With commercial aviation, with private aviation, it's maximum of 20. It's just way fewer interactions. And for someone like my father-in-law, guilty, John, I know you're watching this, you just germified out. So if that's a concern, your health, like, you're not getting the flu if you fly privately. So another huge reason to fly private. Number 3, privacy. There's just a certain level of fame, status, or even if you're just a regular Joe Blow who doesn't want to be seen or whatever, privacy's huge because FBOs are way more discreet and you don't have to take questions, you don't, whatever, you're just anonymous. And you guys kind of know, like you hit a certain level of fame, you can't go to restaurants. You can't, like Scotty Scheffler just said like, hey, there's a Chipotle that I can't go to anymore because it'd be really tough for you. I'd be signing autographs, but there's another Chipotle where I can go where I don't get bothered. And at some level, like privacy just becomes really paramount for travel. So number 3, privacy. The second best reason why private aviation beats flying public is for energy. I mean, could you imagine professional athletes or whatever, like if they're flying commercial, I swear it takes an entire day to recover after you get back from traveling. Having flying privately, there's so many hacks. First of all, we're gonna get hit by Eric. Come here. There's so many hacks because like if you own the jet, like you can lay out, there are beds in jets, there are showers in jets. Like you could take your Nordic compression like to recover on jets, band work, like all of that stuff. Come on, Eric, you know what I'm talking about. Specialized diets, like you're not eating over-processed peanuts and, paying $8 for a Dr. Pepper. Hold on, Eric's sitting. It looks good, Eric. Good one. But it's just the energy. Like, imagine you having to go on a road show and you're going up to Chicago or whatever it is. You're taking the whole team. You take off in the morning. You go up. You have your meetings. You fly home. You're back for dinner or soccer practice or whatever it is. It isn't flying up the day before, staying in a hotel. There was a layover, whatever, waking up earlier in, hotel rooms. And then you have your meeting. And then it's like, well, maybe we can get back tonight. Maybe we can't. What that does is just, it eats your energy. And when you fly private, you're fresh. You feel good. Now I gotta hit this drive. Here we go. The number 1 reason why people fly privately, 153. The number 1 reason why people invest in a private jet or private aviation is their time. There's not a more valuable asset. And honestly, think about it. If you're flying privately, you have the company, you've got the nice house, you probably have the nice car, whatever it is, or you don't because you're a baller. You don't care, you drive a 1996 Ford F-250. It's time. It's the most precious, limited resource that we have. The guy who founded Virgin, you're gonna have to fact check me. Is it Russell Brunson, something like that? He was doing this podcast with these kids and they're like, you're worth so much money. What's stopping you from like going down to this ATM and giving us $1,000? And he goes, I'll tell you what I would give all my money for and I'd trade you right now. And all of them like stopped. We'll probably have to clip this, or you have to completely delete it because I could be botching it. He said, I would give you everything I own in order to be as young as you are. Pretty crazy. It is the most valuable. I mean, that example I gave about your energy where you go to Chicago, it's also your time. Like, it's just your most valuable resource. Spending more time with your kids, etc. I have an example of this, but I'm gonna hit this shot. Here we go. 153, pitching wedge. Let's go. Oh, it's so pure. All right, so I'll tell the story. I'm actually, I'm the official jet broker of a really big, like, entrepreneur's fractional family office. And we have a client, I'll just say on the East Coast, just to be kind of nondescript. He actually built like this super cool spreadsheet where he flies about 200 hours a year, and that broke so... He calculated with his schedule that if he flies 200 hours a year, he would spend 106 nights away from home if he flew commercial. This is an actual client, by the way. If he flies private, he only spends 46 nights away. Think about that. 50 more days a year at home? It's crazy. Time is your most valuable asset. Arnold Palmer said it's the one expense in his life that he can't justify on paper, but you just gotta have. And that's why flying privately is just so much better than public. Okay, there is one time where I tell people, do not fly privately. Okay, you didn't become a millionaire or even like a billionaire because you like throwing money into a stiff breeze, okay? Here's the deal. If you're flying to, Gus, come, we'll see if we can find it again, but I did just look this up. So I got a quote for a charter to go from DFW to Dubai in a ultra long range cabin, $400,000. Are you joking me? So I immediately went on Emirates and I looked up what it was like, what the cost was to do first class. For 4 people, let's say you're taking your family, $40,000 for the whole deal. You're literally, it's 10 times the amount to fly privately. And yeah, it's nice, but like in the Emirates, you go through TSA, but like you're also laying flat, they serve you a bunch of meals, you get your own little compartment, you can shower now in those things. Like, definitely don't buy a plane because you take one trip to Australia or Europe every year. Like, buy your Challenger 300, buy your King Air 350, whatever. And then that one time a year where you spend, you know, a month in France, like, just fly first class. Save yourself literally $1 million in operating costs every year. Or on a charter, literally it's gonna be 10x. So just fly first class. All right, we fought back on 18. We're sitting even. I hit this 4-iron right up against the creek, little too close for comfort. Par 5, 231 pin, 240. All right, here's the deal. If you've got the money, you've got the cheddar, I think the percentage is like 70% of people that could afford to fly privately don't. It's probably because they're wise with their money. There's no quicker way to lose money than buy a yacht or buy a jet. But if you got the money and you want to invest in any of the reasons that I've laid out, holler at me. Private aviation can be more affordable than you think, especially when you take in the ecosystem of your life, quality of life, time, privacy, health, etc. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Seriously, if you've watched to this point, you're a true sicko and a homie. So thank you. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook if you want to buy a jet. Holler at your boy. Also, subscribe below. See ya.